So, lesson number 4 on this 5 lesson Friday is with foresight. With foresight. Now, the previous lesson with hindsight is looking back at something, and with foresight, with foresight, obviously, if it's the opposite, we're going to be looking forward. We're going to be looking forward. So what it means is with foresight, it means to anticipate or to plan something in advance. And when you're planning it, we're going to consider the consequences and the outcomes of your plan, of your decision, and of your action. We're going to be taking a proactive approach, and we're going to be considering the future implications of your choices. With foresight, we're going to be planning ahead. We're going to be thinking what could go wrong, what's going to be the consequences. That is with foresight. So let's have a look at an example. With foresight, we can avoid making the same mistakes again. With foresight, we can avoid making the same mistakes again. This means that if we look ahead and we anticipate potential problems or issues, we can prevent and the repeat of past mistakes. With some foresight, we can have some planning, we can think about consequences, we can think about what might go wrong, and let's see if we can avoid them. So, with foresight, we can avoid making the same mistakes again. Second example is she made the decision with foresight, taking into account all possible outcomes. She made the decision with some foresight and she took into account all possible outcomes. This means that the person made a decision after carefully considering the potential outcomes and consequences. She planned ahead. She thought what could go wrong, what could happen, and she made that decision with foresight. Okay, with foresight. Third one, he invested in the stock market with foresight. He considered the long term potential and the risks. This means that the person made the investment decision. They considered start again. They considered the risks. They considered the rewards. They considered the future, and this was a decision based on foresight. He invested in the stock market with some foresight. He considered the long term potential, the long term risks. He made a balanced decision. This is foresight. So there you go. Really good. So we've had hindsight there, hindsight earlier. Now this one is all about foresight. Let's see if you can make a couple of, your own example, and I'll check it for you. Head along to our Facebook group, Get English Tips, and we can check it for you. So what similar phrases should we have that are similar to with foresight? We've got proactively with anticipation. Okay, with proactively and with anticipation. So, for example, both of these refer to taking action ahead of its time, like using your initiative. But with foresight, really emphasizes the idea of looking ahead and planning. Proactively with anticipation are more general, but with foresight, it's more specific. So let's see if you can make your own example sentences, and I will check them for you. With foresight, plan ahead.